So I always like to bring things back down to earth, bring things back down to the practical, bring things back down to the applicable, right? And what we've been deconstructing tonight was this sort of power of blind spots, right? Recognizing what they are, what they aren't, how they've been used against us, how they've been used, in the name of things that are supposed to be for us, but really deconstructing the meaning and the value of them and replacing the power of being responsive to a blind spot into your hands as opposed to into the hands of someone who's going to tell you, well, which blind spots are good and which aren't, and which responses to them are good and which aren't, as if it's more important than your own determination, right? So in a super practical sense, think about how if you follow the logic that blind spots are terrifying things that you inevitably can't escape and are always going to have, and that little old you has no idea of how to handle them, how would it impact your ability to drive a car or drive in a car? Because remember, when you go back to passenger driver's test, the first thing they tell you to do, right? Mirror, signal, blind spot, right? You got to check your blind spot. They're telling you, yeah, this is a danger, potentially. This is something that you cannot see all the time. You have to pay particular attention to it, and we're going to empower you with the knowledge and the ability to do it, right? So in a practical sense, if you were terrified of blind spots, how much more shrunk and collapsed would your universe be? Because you, at best, could drive in a car with someone else driving it, hoping that they knew better than little old you how to handle blind spots, right? So I'm trying to physicalize that metaphor because that's what we were after tonight. We were after uncovering all that BS around why you should be so terrified of blind spots and that somebody else should handle them for you because you aren't ever going to be capable of getting away from a blind spot because you always have them. And therefore, you're not worthy of your thoughts being valid and your capability being useful in navigating them. Someone else has to tell you how to do it, right? And that physicalized example of driving really hit me. And I wanted to share it with you as like, okay, that's what we were involved in tonight. We're getting back into our, own innate, dare I say, spiritual vehicles called our bodies, going, oh yeah, I know how to drive. I could drive. I can drive with other people. I can be in a vehicle with other people driving, right? Because I know the value and the opportunity of a blind spot, but I also know how to handle the danger and the surprise and the potential chaos of one too. So we're good. That's what we're reconnecting to.
Last of the comment is that the places where we want to control the most are the places where we will, the places where we will have blind spots and where we will have more trepidation about them, where we'll have more confusion about questioning it. So giving up control and walking into being in charge, giving up reacting and allowing ourselves to respond. So that should you all care to play with while you forge forward in your aspects of your life that you are forging forward on.
Yeah. I'm that reminder of I can be safe with a blind spot. I don't have to escape blind spots in their reality in order to step forward with safety. I know how to handle them, and I can. And I already have, right? That's the trick that often gets played on us is that we're asked to put the value of our own experience and capacity into a blind spot, right? Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at how capable you are of handling that. No, don't do that. Just listen to me. I'll tell you what to do. I'll take care of it for you, right? So that people can keep us under that thumb of shame and under their control. Any movement on that, I'd say, is a good piece of work.
This is part of where you deconstruct the structure. It doesn't look like a structure anymore. It gets very concerning. It's very blind spotty. You're like, I had a house. I had all the rooms planned out. I knew what was going on. What do you mean? It's just walls. And there's not even a wall over there. It's just in a big open space by the ocean. Like, yes, that's where the magnificent picture window will go.
In a practical sense, how debilitating would that be? If I was like, well, there can't have any blind spots before I can drive a car. No one can have any. I can't be in a car with anybody who has any blind spots. I just know, you'd shut your life down, right? Everything would be so long and protracted and so much more effort filled. It doesn't negate that not handling a blind spot well can be dangerous, of course, but it embraces it, it acknowledges it, it accepts it, and then it makes a new agreement about how to handle it than the ones we were taught that diminish our capacity, diminish our experience. I can guarantee you that you've all handled blind spots more effectively than you haven't in your life because you're still here and alive.
Yeah.
Right?
What he said.
So you're good at it already. We're just reminding you and rejuvenating and reconnecting to how good at it you actually all are.